What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a great day or night whenever you're watching this. I want to talk about the Chargers picking top 5 in this coming NFL draft. They're slotted at the 5 spot exactly. And I think that there's 3 legit options for them to take, and it should be only these 3. There should not be anybody else in consideration for them at the 5 spot. And it really should kind of just be best player available and kind of fit. Like, you can kind of go however you want to do it. But these 3 guys are the most important players for the Chargers to draft this year if they really want to build something long term. So in the comments, let me know who you want to draft if you're a Chargers fan or if you're just a casual fan. Like and subscribe if you're new. Would really appreciate that. But we're going to start with number 1, and some people may call me crazy. The first guy of the 3 that I believe in, Marvin Harrison Jr. There's a lot of rumors lately that the Cardinals may be looking to trade out of the 4th pick. There are a lot of rumors that teams like the Las Vegas Raiders are trying to trade up for a quarterback. The Broncos need a quarterback. The Vikings need a quarterback. The Falcons need a quarterback. A lot of teams need QBs right now, and the Cardinals are in that weird spot where we got a lot of holes, and sure, drafting Marv fills the receiver hole that they have, but they got a lot of holes on defense, a lot of holes on offense. They might be looking to package and get more picks. So there's a lot of rumors that they're actually looking to get out of the 4th spot, move back, and attain more picks and build their team further long term. Because they could still get somebody at 10, 11, or 12 in the receiving core that'll definitely boost their offense, along with getting another prospect. So I think Marv is a legit option. I think he's the furthest away from reality in terms of you need something else to happen in order to get him, because if the Cardinals stay and just pick him at 4, then that obviously leads me to my last 2 guys. But Marvin Harrison Jr. is a legit chance for the Chargers, depending what the Cardinals do. Now, that's completely dependent upon them. That's why I think it's the furthest out option. But if Marv is on the board, in every circumstance, every day of the week and twice on Sundays, you draft him. You do not pass up on likely the greatest receiving prospect of all time. You just don't do that. So if he's on the board, you take him. That's my opinion. If you agree, let me know in the comments. If you disagree, let me know in the comments. But if Marv does get taken at 4 by the Cardinals, or if somebody trades up and takes him, or if he gets drafted number 1, whatever it may be, Brock Bowers, greatest tight end prospect of all time. Right? This is a guy that is going to be the red zone target for Justin Herbert that he's never had. And he plays physical, he blocks, great hands, super good after the catch. There's so many reasons that the Chargers will end up taking Brock Bowers. I think Brock Bowers is the most likely pick for the Chargers, just based on probably Marv going 4, and he fits the fact that they need to be better in the trenches, and they also need a little bit more flash and more juice on the offense. So, yeah, I could see that one, and it's not like tight ends are getting paid $30 million when their contracts are up. They're getting paid $20. So it might be more cost effective, and ownership historically has been cheap. Recently they have not been cheap, but maybe that they're looking at it that way too. I think that's something that is probably not talked about enough. But I feel like he fits the need, because you need a tight end. You need a tight end 1. And if you look at all the teams that have great tight ends, they're usually pretty good, just for whatever reason. Like the Chiefs, the Ravens, the Niners, all teams like that. The Lions have a great tight end now. They're, all those teams are built the right way, and they're built in the trenches. And I think that's with Harbaugh. Kind of gives you, Harbaugh gets what he wants for a guy that can be in the trenches, and the offense gets what it needs in a guy that can create plays. So Brock Bowers is a legit option for them, and I think he's the most likely. But if they don't get Marv and they don't take Brock Bowers and they elect for somebody else, the only other option that I will be happy with, or excited about, I should say, is Malik Nabers, LSU wide receiver. He's a lot like Jamar Chase. Speed, hands, after the catch ability, they're very similar players, and he's my comp for Malik Nabers. I think Nabers is a little bit, he's a little bit stronger, but that's, tomato. People can argue about that all they want. He's one of those guys that has great hands, is great after the catch, is an awesome route runner. He's like a full package receiver. So he's going to be a stud. And if they were to take him, because it's let's face it, Marv's off the board and we want a receiver, maybe we don't want Bowers or something. Keenan Allen's getting old, right? He had his best season of his career, but he's getting old. It's okay to understand that. Mike Williams coming off of a torn ACL. Josh Palmer, not a wide receiver 1. Quentin Johnston looked like a bust last year. I'm not giving up complete hope on him, but there's nothing about Quentin Johnston's rookie season that would make you say we are passing on a receiver. That's just not the case. You need to get somebody that you can pair with Herbert in 5 years. That's going to be there in 5 years, because Keenan Allen will be retired by then. Mike Williams, who knows what will happen with him? He's got a lot of injuries. Josh Palmer looks like a wide receiver 2, wide receiver 2.5 in good teams, right? Quentin Johnston, big question mark. Malik Neighbors, not a question mark, in my opinion. That's a stud. So, yeah, I really do believe these are the only 3 guys that the Chargers should even be remotely looking at. I think offseason they should be looking to sign on the interior O-line and the defensive line and try to build that way. And then in the draft, you go flashy in the very beginning and then you build in the trenches after. Second and third rounds, that's where you find your linebackers, your DNs, your nose tackles, your guards, your tackles, your centers. They're going to need a center. So I think that's where that should be the focus. We go explosive in the very beginning and then we just get nasty in rounds 2 through 7. Right? That is what I want to see for the Chargers. If Marvin Harrison Jr. was on the board at 5 and they passed on him, it's going to be really hard to swallow. If Marv's not on the board and Brock Bowers isn't there and they take Malik Neighbors, I will be just fine. Or if they don't take Neighbors and they take Bowers, I will be good. Any of those 3, and I think collectively 95% of us Chargers fans will be like, yeah, good pick. Like, I'm on board. We're not going to reach for somebody and take a chance. We're going for a lock for guys that should be a lock to be a great player in the NFL. That should be their case, and all 3 of those guys are going to be studs. I'm so confident in that. But yeah, you give Justin... I apologize. You give Justin Herbert any of those 3 weapons, and we're going to see some fun stuff, and you can let Harbaugh figure out the rest. I think they're going to be in great shape. But you got to go with one of those 3. If they leave the draft without one of those 3, they better have traded back. But anyway, let me know in the comments, who do you want the Chargers to draft? Do you like the 3 guys that am saying that this should be the only 3 guys they take at 5? Which one of those 3 guys you like the most? And yeah, we got like 6 weeks until the draft, 7 weeks till the draft at the making of this video. So there's definitely a lot of things that could change ahead of time. But those should be if they stay at 5. That's what I want to see. Yeah, should be interesting to see what happens with them. Hopefully they don't try and big brain it and think that they're the smartest man in the room. Just take the best players available, and your team will probably be pretty good. So yeah, something they haven't done historically. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you enjoy this kind of content, please like the video. I'm super excited for the Chargers offseason. We haven't had a super high pick like this since Justin Herbert, and actually no, there was Rashawn Slater was like pick 10 or whatever he was, but we ain't had somebody that we could like a chance to draft a super explosive receiver like this. So, or tight end in Brock Bowers' case. So I really want to see what happens. But thanks for watching. I'm done. Peace.